So I'm Charlie Wirene, Executive Director of The HUUB over at the First U Church of Essex on Cleveland Street. And part of our effort, the Healthy Orange Coalition, we're starting to talk with folks around the city about their experiences during this crazy COVID-19 pandemic and social and physical distancing and experiences with the sickness. And our first interview today is with Reggie Miller. What's up, Miller?
How you doing? My name is Reggie Miller. Been running the Male Student Support Program in Orange for about 23 years now, working with the youth from the ages of grades from 5th grade to about 8th grade. So I had a connection with a lot of the males in the city. Been doing a lot of, that turned into a lot of advocacy work in the city. Just working with kids throughout their life, you know what I mean? And then about 5 years ago, I came up with RM Motivation, where I started going out and speaking, even outside of the Orange District, even outside of Jersey, just talking to youth, talking to adults about self and knowing self. And not just a motivational speaker. I think I like to tap people on their mental shoulder, I'd say, just to make you think about things a little different. The way we scope and view things are just skewed at times. So mainly I'm talking to minority folks. So I try to keep that, them motivated and pushing and going, you know, because it's tough out here. Yep, that's me.
Especially right now, right?
Yeah, love serving my community. That's me.
Yeah, that's great, Miller. We all appreciate it, man. So, yeah, I know you've had a pretty intense COVID experience. Why don't you start by telling us what's up, what you've been up to?
Wow. Back in March, I remember my birthday was March 14th, so I'm feeling good. They shut down, you know, I work at the middle school, so they shut down the middle school that Friday the 13th, I think was our last day, or Monday was the last, something around there. And on the 14th, on my birthday, which was on a Saturday, everything was good. I had to speak at my church. We had a men's breakfast, so I'm feeling good. That Friday evening, I went out with some friends, birthday celebration, but everybody knew things were changing. You know, I got word from some people saying, yo, Reg, they're going to shut down the Northeast quarter. You know, I heard it, but I wasn't really. I'm like, come on, man. I don't know if it's going to be that bad. So by Monday, when they shut down school, I knew it was serious. So I started feeling kind of funny on Thursday, the 19th. And then I'm still working out, which was cool. I was doing my daily workouts and working out. And Friday, I went and worked out. And I came home Friday evening around 7 o'clock, normal. Fixed some food, and around 10 o'clock at night, seemed like something just smacked me. Like it was invisible. It just like a wave came over me, and I just got this fever. So I'm like, all right, let me take a couple of Tylenol. I'm gonna go to bed early, and I woke up Saturday worse, and I just, you know, was in this battle for the weekend. And I don't know if you want me to keep going or you want me.
I mean, yeah. What was I guess, how long did it last, and what'd you end up doing? Where'd you have to go? What happened?
Well, the battle for me was that Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday. I said, all right, I got to go get checked out because this is not normal. And I quarantined myself a little bit that weekend. And I went to the hospital. St. Barnabas wasn't testing at the time on the, what was that, the 24th, somewhere around there. Right, yeah. St. Barnabas wasn't testing. So they sent me to a Medi Center. The Medi Center, you know, I'm just feeling terrible. So what the Medi Center did at the time, it was like almost 100 something people coming in there a day, like everybody had the same symptoms.
Yeah, right.
So they had to pick and choose. If you're COVID, they only had 5 tests at the place per day.
100 people coming through?
100 people coming through. So you had to fit the list to take the test. So what they did with the other 95 people who probably had it, they said, we're going to test you for the flu. And if you don't have the flu, more than likely you got COVID, and we're going to treat you for COVID. And they did that. My flu was negative. I had pneumonia in my lungs, even though I was breathing okay. Pneumonia was in my lungs. And the fever was just crazy, and the aches were crazy. So they sent me home and telling me that I'm in a good spot. I'm like, I feel like, with Charlie, imagine having the flu times 5.
Right.
Like, just wasn't a normal flu. They told me just stay home 2 weeks. After about 8 days, I'm still, Charlie, no signs of let up. It was just kept coming over me. I couldn't sleep at night. I was probably getting 3 hours of sleep,
Right.
losing weight. I lost my taste. The smell was still there, but I didn't want to eat food, but I was smart enough to know I have to take it down.
Yeah.
So I understand if you don't have a taste for things, you're not going to want to eat, period. Mentally, it's just weird.
Right.
The whole thing was weird. And when you have a fever for an extended period of time, you're going to start mentally like hallucinating. You know what I mean? I was by myself.
That little as well. Yeah, man.
Oh, man,
that all builds up.
It was a fight. I tell people all the time, I had the devil and God was in my room. We had a conversation for a few days, and it was real deep like that. You know what I mean? It was like a deep mental, social, spiritual thing that you go through by yourself. You know, it reminded me of remember back in the day when you was a kid and we heard stories about, I guess, Africans and living out in the wild, like you got to go get your manhood, you got to go kill a lion or something.
Right.
You got to go out in the woods by yourself and just don't come back until you finish it.
Done this thing, yeah.
And it seemed like I was just on this journey for a couple of weeks. But the thing that turned the corner for me was my cousin this is like 12 days in. I'm still feeling like, yo, God, what is going on here? I'm getting nervous because now by 12 days,
beginning April,
April, everybody, you hearing about people dying, people pass away from my church. Close friends of mine is dying. Tell people all the time, if you're popular, you're going to know a lot of people. So by knowing a lot of people during COVID, you're going to get phone calls all the time about my boy mother died, or this guy I grew up with died. And, you know, so, and it was hitting so many men, I would say from ages of 45 to 65 that were overweight and had little issues. Right. And I already knew it's hard to fight a battle when you don't have the strength to do it.
You're on the wrong foot already, right?
Yeah. So my cousin's an herbalist out in Pennsylvania, my cousin Des, her and her husband. And I talked to her on a Wednesday, and she drove out here Thursday morning, like 8 o'clock in the morning, and gave me a bag of vitamins.
Right on.
I took the vitamins, and she gave me a concoction to take, which was like turmeric, cayenne pepper, olive oil, a couple other things.
Sure.
And at first I was like, because I always said, come on now, herbalist. I mean, I respected it, but I didn't believe in it totally. Man, 3 days later, I was good.
Yeah. All that immune boosting and just like
it just really pushed it out my system. And then I started to really, the psychological side was dealing with the people, because I was worried about me. Like, yo, I have to get better.
Yeah, and even though you're that rock for so many people, eh?
Yeah, because I didn't put it on social media. I didn't tell people. Only my family knew and close friends. People found out once I got better. They just thought I was just, regular quarantine at the time, but I was really fighting a battle, mental and physical. But once I got through it, I'm glad that, I came out on the other side.
Yeah. Well, yeah, man. I mean, we're so glad you came out as well. I remember getting to a Healthy Orange Coalition meeting and you saying that, had no idea, It's because everyone's quarantining and in the beginning all trying to figure out how to stay in touch or what to do and what you're still doing, what you're not doing. And you don't hear from somebody or hear from people. It's like, well, everybody's freaking out right now, so it must be it. But yeah, man, I remember you saying that.
A Cuomo brother, Governor Cuomo of New York.
Yeah.
His brother that's on CNN, I think he's CNN.
Yeah.
Me and him had like parallel symptoms.
Same thing.
But he went through in the basement, and what he talked about, how if you want to know what I had, just listen to what because his came on after mine.
Yeah, Chris
so he
Cuomo,
got hit
right?
probably around April 14, 15.
Sure.
He got hit. He was just doing a documentary on himself, basically.
Yeah, from his basement is what you're saying.
People was calling me like, "Yo, Reg, he got the same." I said I had the same symptom, which is deep. One thing that really helped me out too, Charlie, I don't know what it was. In February, I said I want to work out 50 days straight. Normally, I was working out probably like 4 days a week on an average, 4 or 5 days a week. So I said I wanted to do 50 days straight in February. So by the time March 20th came, I was on day 30.
Yeah, you were in.
And I was feeling good. If you work out 30 days straight, you're going to feel good. And I was talking to somebody, and they said, Reg, I think, because I was mad that I didn't complete my challenge. But they said the real challenge was God was preparing you for a fight that you didn't know you were going to have. So that's how I started to look at it. And I was like, wow, I didn't, because a lot of my friends that died, like they weren't healthy.
Yeah, man.
That's the bottom
Yeah.
line. They wasn't healthy, So I think like I'm a pescatarian for the past 3 years. I try to work out. In days I still feel bad, so I can't imagine a person that drink, smoke, overweight. You know what I mean? I can't
Yeah,
even
dealing with all that
imagine how
other
they
stuff
feel.
already, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, it's a blessing you were able to put yourself in the right state before you even
Mm-hmm.
had to, right? I think it's a cool story about, yeah, prepping you for a fight you didn't know you had, man. I think
Yep.
that comes a lot, right?
Yep. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So I think, yeah, you hit onto a bunch of the things that we wanted to talk about.
Okay.
Anything sort of, we're still in it, right? I mean,
I'm
we
like,
went through this
yeah.
massive learning curve. What do you want to, but it's not looking like it's ending anytime soon. We might be trying to eat stuff up or try to get stuff back to some sense of normalcy, but God knows it's all over the place still. So what are you saying? What are you advising? What do you want to
Especially
tell
as
people
the
before
as
walking
the
out?
speaker going out, I think I like to address, and I've been doing some things online with different people, ask me to speak to groups and things like that, which is nice. And I try to always, I do like a weekly thing for Orange Middle, like a little video, 1 minute
Yeah.
motivational weekly
I've
thing.
seen a couple of
And I
those.
was talking about fear and how we were taught to back away from fear. If you feel something, like if a dog coming down the street, you stop and you back up. And most dogs can sense your fear. So the dog going to get bigger to you. But if you walk towards a dog that's barking and he senses that you're not scared, a lot of times that dog will bring it down. Or that or dog owner, you know what I mean? It won't be a big issue. I think fear, I think we put too much emphasis on it because it's all mental. When you're excited and when you're fearful, it's the same feelings inside our body. Excited and fear is the same endorphins that go off on you. So I look at things, instead of being scared to go and do something, I say, I'm really excited about doing this. And it helps just by using the right verbiage.
Yeah.
Go through something right now. Everybody's scared and fearful. Like my parents, my mother just had a birthday. She turned 81. My father 84, and they're in the house and they got a few health issues. But am I nervous about them? Yeah, I'm just glad that they're obedient, staying in, doing what they have to do.
Yeah. Follow the guidelines, right? You gotta, flip that script a bit and say,
yeah, no doubt.
Yeah, we got to look at it the right way. Yeah.
Yep.
I dig that, Miller. Cool, man. Well, I appreciate you taking the time this morning and for sharing the story. I think it's great for us to start putting people's faces behind these stories and putting them together. Yeah. What we got there?
I do my arm motivation all the time, man. Out there. Yep. So I just want to not only for my people in Essex County, Orange, but just everybody in Jersey, man, just press forward instead of falling back, waiting. You have to go and get it. I think even going through the quarantine, the doctor told me, because I was telling the doctor I keep pacing at night. He said that's the best thing you could have done was to keep walking around, keep moving, as opposed to sitting still. I kept pacing because I was like fighting. I was frustrated.
Yeah, your head moving too, right? You can get helps keep that moving along, which is the hardest part after that kind of, or as hard as the physical stuff. Yeah. Well, hey, Miller, appreciate you, man, and glad you're feeling better. All right.
Yep, Charlie, I appreciate you, man. Keep up the good work, man.
Yeah, we'll talk to you soon.
All right, cool. Thanks.
All right, peace.